This is Alon's Pilates core workout. All right, guys, let's get right into this. We're going to start off with a push-up and a push-back. You can do these either on your hands and knees, or you can do them in your full plank. First, I'm going to show you the modified version like we're doing here. You're going to do a push-up and then basically push back like you're going to go into a child's pose. If you're doing the full version of that push-up, you're going to bend at your knees, extending your arms nice and straight into that push-back. You push up and then you push back. All right, so you're going to do one more push up and push back right there, and then you're going to rest your chest on the mat. Now we're going to do a breaststroke. So continue doing just like I am now. I'm pulling my elbows down. I'm pulling my shoulders back. I'm arching my back, keeping my feet off the ground, arching those up as well, squeezing everything I have going on back there. My deltoids, my rear deltoids, my rhomboids, a little bit of my lats and those middle traps. And I'm holding it right here, pulling my elbows down, pulling my shoulders down, keeping my feet off the ground, arching my back, engaging all of those muscles, holding it for a little bit longer, and relax down. Very nice, everybody. And then we're going to hang out on here on the mat a little bit longer. And you see I'm going to start to flutter my legs, and I'm fluttering my arms as well. So these are called your swimmers. It's kind of an aquatic theme, if we will, we have going on here today. And we're just going to be working a little bit more of that back. And then what I would like for you to do is come up into a high plank. So hands go under the shoulders. Push yourself up to a high plank. Push yourself over to a side plank. And we're going to do these a few times from side to side. You can definitely do these on your knees, and I'm going to show you the modified version here in just a few seconds. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over to one side, and we're going to work a little bit of our shoulder and our obliques. So you're going to come over to one side, like I said. I'm going to hold it right here, take that top hand and rotate it down under yourself. Again, you can drop down to one knee, but as long as you're keeping your hips off the ground, you're going to get the same workout. It's just going to be less on that shoulder and that wrist if you happen to have wrist issues. So you're going to do these a few more times. And then you're going to go back and you're going to do them on the other side. Same exact thing, taking that top arm, rotating it down under the hip, and kind of rotating that arm down so you feel it in your oblique, using that shoulder, using that arm to keep you up so you're feeling that in that shoulder, and then rest back down onto your mat. Okay, so I hope you're ready. You're resting on your mat again, and we're going to do everything one more time. So those push-up and push-backs, just like we did when we first started, you're going to push yourself up, push it back, arms stay nice and straight. You're feeling it again in your shoulders, in your middle back. These are on your hands and knees. That's a modified version. If you would like to do them full plank, you're more than welcome to come into a full plank, just like you did before. You're bending at your knees if you're in that full plank, but it's not necessary. You can definitely get the same workout doing these on your hands and knees, just like I am right here. And then going into those breaststrokes. So go ahead, you're already on your mat, you're already on your stomach, pulling those shoulders down, pulling your arms back, taking the feet off the ground, arching your back, squeezing a little bit in those glutes each time you do these. Just give me a few more. And then you go ahead and start those flutters, or those swimmers rather. We didn't do the hold this time. I definitely forgot to do that hold, but that's okay. I don't think you guys will really care on that one, right? Okay, so you're still doing your swimmers. So you're still doing your swimmers, and this time we're going to do your hold from your swimmers. This is where I kind of misplaced that hold, but we're still getting it in. So just continue to hold your arms up, hold your feet up, and we're doing your hold in your swimmer position instead of that breaststroke. So go ahead and press yourself up, and we're going to do those side-to-side planks. This time I'm going to show that modified version, which is on your knees as you rotate from one side to the other. So I see my hip is off the ground. It's just my knee that's on there, just giving myself a little bit of more support. But you're not dropping your hip down, because we definitely want to make sure that you're getting your obliques in there working side to side. Okay, so go ahead and hold yourself up. Go ahead and do that twist. Rotate the arm under your body, trying to get those obliques in there, pushing yourself up, holding yourself up with that one arm, using the shoulder, using your deltoids and your upper traps, and then moving over to the other side. Same exact thing, rotating down. Again, you can drop down to the knee if you need that extra support. You don't have to stay up there if you have some wrist issues or shoulder issues. Just give me a few more twists and then drop down onto your stomach. As you go into this break, go ahead and sit on your bottom like I am. And then we're going to start your tricep extensions. So your toes are going to be facing out, your fingers are going to be facing towards your toes, and you're just going to start bending at your elbows. So watch me a few times and then you can get yourself into these. We're going to do these for 2 rounds, so you can always do these again. Go ahead and start sitting on your bottom, balancing like I am if you can, reaching one hand for the opposite toe. We're going to work your obliques, those core, your abs, and a little bit of those quads as you're reaching from toe to toe. So the second round of those tricep extensions is coming now. You're having your hands under your shoulders and just bending at your elbows, trying to keep your bottom, those hips off the ground. So you're going to do a few more of those, and then we're going to go sit back onto your bottom and reach for those toes again. So it's a very quick exchange, and if you couldn't really keep up with that, you're more than welcome to rewind this and do it again. So the little more advanced move is keeping your legs straight to get these done. Okay, so now here's a fun part. You're going to lay on your back and your legs are going to be facing up towards the ceiling, okay? And you're going to have your bottom coming off the mat. I call these kick-ups. So you're using your lower abs to get these done. Feet are coming up towards the ceiling. You notice that my knees are not facing or coming towards my face. I'm just lifting my bottom off the ground to get my abs, my lower abs working with these. From here, you're going to start the leg lowering. Again, these are going to be using your lower abs. You're holding it. You're keeping those feet a few inches off the ground. You see I'm looking at my core, making sure it's nice and straight, nice and tight. And I'm looking at you to make sure that you're doing the same thing and then lifting those legs back up. And again, start doing those kick-ups for those lower abs. So it's a hold and a kick-up. So we're going to do that hold again actually here in a few more seconds. But using those lower abs, you're going to feel it a little bit in those hip flexors and those quads, and that's perfectly fine. Go ahead right back into that leg lowering hold. You're going to hold it for a few seconds, about 10 seconds. We're holding these, not very long, so breathe through it as best as you can. Stay in there, and then you're going to drop down with me and start these leg circles. So knees are in, and then they're going to extend up nice and straight, lower down, bring the knees in, up, lower them down nice and straight, bring them in, up, lower them down, perfect. Lower, bring the knees in, up, lower, bring the knees in, perfect. Keep it up. Keep those legs nice and straight as they lower down. And then now you're going to start bringing one knee in and you're going to cross over. Just our simple bicycles, nothing special that's happening with these. Just making sure that you're doing a nice solid crunch from side to side, bringing the elbow towards the opposite knee and working those obliques, those transverse abdominals to get these done for me. Finish off this last one and then you can drop down. Let those abs kind of just relax. And then we're going to sit yourself up. Wave, I'm going to wave at you and we're done. Bonus if you want to get your upper body working a little bit more. We did a lot of core work during the actual workout, so we're going to work our upper body with some bear crawls first. So you're going to be bending at your knees, hands are right under your shoulders, and you're just going to walk yourself up about 4 steps, and then you're going to walk yourself back about 4 steps. So these are what people call our bear crawls. So they work your core, they work your legs, a lot of your shoulders. You see kind of a lot of the weights going into my upper body. So these are good for a body weight type of shoulder core exercise. This is the last time you're going to come back, and then you're going to bend at your knees and you're going to start your box push-ups. Again, these are for your shoulders. You're using a little bit of your core because it's not a traditional push-up, but those arms are going to be making sure that you're using a little bit of your back, your shoulders, the triceps, and your biceps. You're going to step yourself back and then go back into those bear crawls up and back. We're going to do these, just follow along with me, and then we're going to finish off with those box push-ups one more time, and then that's the end of your bonus. Thanks, guys.